Hello and welcome again, Dr. Eugene Bagristov speaking, and today we're going to correct a big mistake I made in my previous video. And as you remember, I showed you the new way to organize your discrete choice experiment without a PHP file. But there was a small bug, or at least a small thing which I haven't understood at the moment. I want to show you. This is the experiment we developed, and if we go in preview, then we see that everything actually works pretty fine. Let's go to the next question, and you see that the items appear and everything is fine. Just make ignore validation and click forward, and you see that the items change. Yeah, seems to be fine, and I was thinking that everything is fine. Now we go to data analysis, and we download the file. And we download it, doesn't matter what kind of format, we take the SPSS, downloading the file. Now I'm going to open it. And you can see it on the second screen, just a second. I have it just on this screen. Here is the file, and look at the variables. We miss something very important. Actually, all our discrete choice experiment variables, they are just missing. And imagine that I developed this experiment for my students, and they collected plenty of data, and the idea was that we analyze them and make something, and then all of a sudden in class I notice that all data has been lost. Pretty desperate. Luckily I had a different file we can work with, but still I try to find out what is the problem. And the problem is actually very simple, that if you remember, in this new version of the survey we use the JavaScript. JavaScript will generate all the necessary items, but JavaScript cannot create variables where these items are saved. That is why if you want to do it, you go to the survey flow, you go to add a new element, and then you go to web service. No, just a second, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. You go to the option add new element and add an embedded data, and here you have to create all the variables you have manually. What kind of variables are these and how can we find them? And if I understand correctly, it was F1. I just have to check what were the variables. The creators of this experiment, they recommend you to go to the files, HTML files which you created, and see what kind of variables you have. We just take them directly from the survey, and I do as example the survey only the first one, the first questions. We go to the survey. Here we go to the first question and look at the variables we have here, f-1 minus 1, f-1 minus 2, and so on. So we need these variables, and we need to add also f111, f121. I'll just try to add the first three to see that it works, and then you can do the rest manually. So going back, f-1 minus 1, and survey, add elements, embed data, f-1 minus 1, add a new field. It's fine, this data will be taken automatically from the JavaScript. Okay, add a new field. It is f-1 minus 1 minus 1. And add a new field, it will be f-1 minus 2 minus 1. And we click on apply and save. And now we'll do the following. We'll go to the survey distribution, take the link from the survey. I think we have to activate it, because after we had changed can happen that it is not activated. Just a second, we'll check that it is activated. It is published, as you see, so we can preview. No, I have to click on publish because I have changed something. That's why click on publish, otherwise the data will not be saved. We go to the distribution. We copy the link, the anonymous link, And we just try to go through the questionnaire, clicking anything just to see that it works. I just write here test. Do we know that I have to delete this line? And then I select any products. And the experiment was about paying with cash or paying with card. Which of these products would you like to pay with cash? For which of this product would you like to pay with card? And we had, I think, about 12 questions because they were pretty short. We randomized the items, and here are some answers. We have to add just anything, and that was it. So if you want, you can enter the email if you would like to receive a copy, but it is not what we actually need. Now, if we did it correctly, it can happen that it might need a little bit of time to save the data, but hopefully it was pretty fast. We go to export and import data, and I export the SPSS file, and we'll see whether something has changed. Downloading file, opening it, and if we are lucky, then we will have all the data we added. Go to variable view, and here they are, these values, and if you go here, you see that it has been saved. So with the great power comes a great responsibility and plenty of work. What I mean by this is that if you go to our discrete choice experiments, if you go to the survey, you will have to add all these variables manually, and there are plenty of them. So I just show you how many we have in this small experiment, and you will have to do it all manually. So we have the f minus 1, and then all these variables here, and the same for the next field, and the same for the next field, and the same from the next field, and so on. So plenty of work, but for this you don't need the PHP file. In the event of PHP, it would have been imported automatically, which as to me is still a very good option. So I thought the new version with the JavaScript would be a bit easier, but it seems that you have to do a lot of manual work. Again, survey flow, embedded data, and just add manually where the data from the JavaScript should be saved. As you have seen, I added only these 3 and all the data appeared in the file. If I knew it, it would have saved my day on Friday, but we had to work with a different file, but it was pretty fine. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you are now well equipped for your discrete choice experiment with a new method, and let me know whether it works for you. I'm eager to know that. All the best, and bye-bye.